Fluidity in fashion is not just a section in a department store. Fluidity isn't created by an entrance light flashing unisex in some ugly bubble font, wedged between the hyper stereotypical men's section and straight leg jeans and flannels, and the women's section with lingerie and skirts. Fluidity is a way of being, a way of expressing yourself authentically, and a way of holding yourself in the purest and highest regard. It's not rooted in gender, and certainly not rooted in unisex clothes.
It's weird to hear someone read it back to you.
In your
Mm.
dreams, what would the retail landscape
Ugh,
look like
we're
in
really
terms
talking
of
dreams now.
gender fluid? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be the fact that it wouldn't be so like segregated by gender, by category. I think it's hard because I've had a lot of conversations and I don't want to like shout out department stores that have explained to me why, there's a women's floor, why there's a men's floor, especially as well with, the different kind of people that come in during the summer into London that are maybe from a different, culture or background that wouldn't feel comfortable shopping alongside someone of the opposite gender. So I've heard all the kind of different arguments for why it doesn't exist. I think for me, it it just I can't fully understand, even hearing all this kind of feedback, why it doesn't, because when I look at the people that I dress, I look at my friends, I look at my partner's friends, like, everyone's grabbing a blazer from someone's wardrobe, a blouse, maybe your husband's gonna grab that blouse off you, like, it's such a more fluid way that the customer's actually shopping, so I don't understand why we haven't been able to kind of be like, "Okay, fine, we can respect, obviously, cultural backgrounds, we can respect people, maybe wanting to have their own spaces so they don't have to be alongside a gender if it disaligns with them culturally." But I just think like it's 2025. We need to kind of move on to the space where we are all shopping much more fluidly. I think when I talk to a lot of people on like online platforms, they say that they have like their men's clients, sometimes even 60% some seasons buying other pieces that are in the women's category. So I think, people are just scared of change, and I also know that the behind the scenes actually costs quite a bit of money to change
Mhm.
the kind of store fronts and the different. I'm not a web guy, so I'm gonna sound like I don't know what I'm talking about here, but all these kind of back of house details that they're like, "Yeah, well, it costs 100K. We don't really wanna do that right now. Fashion's in a tight spot, like so many people know right
Mm.
now. We don't wanna put the investment there. Let's just put a blanket term on a campaign where a guy and a girl are wearing the same thing." So, I think there's a lot of kind of blanketing over this idea of fluidity where actually like not a lot of people are doing the kind of like legwork to really go for it. And trust me, also like even now working at a French fashion house, like it's complicated because it is a major financial investment, and also it's a risk at a time where right now people are trying to look at how many movies are coming out that are the same thing, 4, 5, 6, 7. Everyone's trying to take the more safe route, and I get that, but people just don't want to take a chance.